Hey guys, this is Booligan with Airsoft Retreat, BooliganAirsoft.com, and Airsoft Insider Magazine. Today we're going to take a quick video look at the PTS Magpul PDR-C. This is a very compact AEG platform that has a couple of really cool features, including the ability to take in 4 mags. It's pretty similar in design. If you look at it visually, kind of looks like a P90, but it is a totally different system, size-wise. Magazine usage and internals, basically everything's totally different. It is a totally custom design, designed by Magpul. They want to create it for real steel usage, and PTS got the rights, being part of Magpul, to produce this airsoft version. So let's take a closer look at some of the features of this gun. All right, let's take a closer look at some of the features of this gun. One of the first things that you'll notice is there is no selector switch located on either side. This gun has a 2-stage trigger system that at a half pull fires semi-auto, complete pull fires at full auto. There is no manual safety. The only safety is this trigger safety system. You will find ambidextrous magazine releases are operated simply by pushing and pulling out the mag. It's done in a pretty simple way. There's a single rod that goes back to the back. One of the things I ran into with some magazines, they wouldn't lock in reliably, but there's 2 screws inside that you loosen and it locked in every time. The only exception, I had one magazine that the catch was flared out just a little bit and it got stuck. So just make sure that the magazine catch portion isn't flared out too much. You have a angular grip on the front and a very short pistol grip, which serves as your battery compartment. We'll get a battery in there in just a little bit. You have a faux charging handle, doesn't do anything. Got this little system right here that switches the mock ejection from one side to the other. Again, doesn't do anything, but it's replicating a feature that should appear on the real steel. You have a single hoop type sling mount back here that's a little bit too big for most of the quick detach clamps that I've used, so I may have to figure something out for that sling. The gun is basically opened up. You unscrew these 2, and then you punch these pins out and the whole thing kind of hinges open, which allows you to access most of the internals. The gun does have a 14mm threaded muzzle. It comes with an orange plastic tip. My package included this as well, and this is easily unscrewed, and you can install something different if you like. Okay, something like that. Looks pretty cool on there. You are slightly limited in what muzzle devices you can use because, I'm not sure if this will show, inside there are these 2 little ridges that correspond to these body lines right here. So I had issues fitting, some mock silencers. They wouldn't fit in because they weren't deep enough. But a SOCOM type one, the one with the slightly extended base and the little dimples in the side, worked pretty well. The gun does not include any type of way to aim. Really doesn't come with any iron sights or an optic, but I've thrown a Seymour type optic on there and it fits really perfectly for me. To adjust the hop up, push this little lever in, which allows you to pop that, and then the hop up adjuster is located in there. It's pretty loose. It's not the tightest hop up adjuster that I've ever seen, but I mean, it gets the job done. As you can see, the gun includes a replica PMag 20-round magazine. It actually holds 70 rounds, giving you pretty good capacity from a mid-cap. It is compatible with other magazines. Like I said, you may just have to adjust the catch, but like something like that, KWA Cam 120 fits in there very well. One of the nice features of this gun, it has a spring decompression device. This little button right here. It helps push it in with a tool of some sort, but push it, you can hear, lets the spring decompress. That way you're not storing your gun with a compressed spring. So it's a really nice touch. One of the complaints that I have about this gun, it's not a huge complaint, it just comes with a small design. Your battery space is really limited. Battery is in the grip, got the wiring in there. I've got this little Tenergy that I like, and it'll fit in there pretty well. The only issue, and I may just shorten up the wiring to make it work, but you've got this big old grundle wiring that you got to kind of shove in there, and it doesn't fit particularly well. And if stuff gets too bunched up in here, it can technically affect the magazine release or the trigger pull because there's 2 rods that are in there that do it. So I'm going to buy the extended base cap. There's a gentleman that 3D prints an extended base cap for it that gives you a little bit more battery room and a little bit more grip room. But I will do just a quick firing demo so you can see how the trigger action works on this. As you can see, half pull, that just recocked it because I decompressed it. Half pull, that's semi-auto. Full pull, does full auto. It's a very tricky engagement point between half pull, and a lot of times if you're just, you know, doing really quick test firing, you'll probably pop a couple shots off on full auto. So if you're playing in an area that has a semi-auto limited, you may want to figure something out as far as a MOSFET or something like that that would allow it to, you know, lock in with semi-auto fire, because frankly I don't trust it to only shoot on semi-auto just with my trigger pull. Let's go ahead and take a look at where I got this gun, how much it costs, performance, so on and so forth. Alright, so as you can see, it does have a couple of really cool features that makes it really good for airsoft players, collectors, and stuff like that. Just some general information about it. It's really small, but it's very sturdy. I mean, the thing doesn't feel hollow. I mean, it's very solid. The polymer that they use is really solid. It's obviously rear heavy, being that the gearbox is back here, but you could certainly hold it with one hand if you need to. The second grip up here makes it very easy to you know, to point and shoot. As you can see, the pistol grip is very short and your pinky kind of hangs off. There is a gentleman that uses a 3D printer and actually 3D prints an extension for it, and it also gives you a little bit more battery space, which is nice. As you saw earlier, the battery space is pretty tight on this thing. So I'll be getting one of those and testing it out pretty soon. The general size of this thing, to give you an idea, here's a Mark 23 pistol. It's about 1.5 inches shorter than this entire thing, and obviously this is a massive pistol, but kind of shows you how small this thing really is. It's several inches shorter than an APS UAR, which a lot of people were seeing as a comparable product to this, and they're really totally different platforms. What this will cost you. I was sent this gun directly through PTS working with AEX. It's currently priced over there at about $380. It's not a particularly cheap gun. However, materials-wise, I mean, the thing seems to be really well built. Some early users reported broken connecting tabs. I haven't seen that with mine, and I mean, the material seems to be pretty thick. The gearbox is kind of funky, and they made some weird decisions with the gearbox, but a lot of it has compatibility with standard AEG internal parts, so there's nothing too proprietary inside of it. Otherwise, I'm really liking it so far. Performance figures, it shoots about 375 feet per second. You have a decent sized inner barrel in here, so you can expect to get probably around 140, 150 feet torso accurate fire out of it. It's really, skirmishably, it's a pretty good gun for airsoft scenarios. The only thing that you may want to look into is just what your battery options are going to be. So be sure to keep an eye out on Airsoft Retreat and BooliganAirsoft.com for the full review of this gun, and as always, thanks for watching.